Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel and thanks for joining me for another video. This is Marquita from At Home with Quita, and here I share tips on how to plan a balanced life. So if you're new here, I hope you'll consider subscribing. So today we are going to talk all about how you can set up your very own work or professional planner so that way it's going to keep you on top of all of your goals and ahead of the game. So whether you're balancing meetings, deadlines, or personal growth, I've got you covered. So let's get into it. All right, so I thought in this video I would do a little revamp of sorts of my business and social media planner. As you guys remember, if you've been here for a while, I used to use this mini planner some time ago, and I wasn't mad at the setup of it, but then I decided to switch to everything half letter, and that included my business planner. So I set up a whole different business planner with pretty much all of the same stuff and half letter size, y'all, because I be doing the most. And then I decided that I just wanted to use one planner, so I combined my business and social media in my catch-all planner. So I'm trying to figure out if I want to go back to this planner because I remember how much I loved it, and not mainly, but the setup is amazing. I can't wait to show you guys, but also because of the size, I realized that I love a good mini setup. And so I'm going to purge some things out, tweak some things while I give you guys 12 things that you need to be adding to your work or professional planner. So we're just going to talk through all of the different things. I have everything sorted by what I want to talk with you guys about. And as I'm doing that and I'm sharing with you, the point and why you need it and all of that good stuff, then I'll just go ahead and add it to my planner. And so this will kind of be like a talk through setup thing. I'll show you how this is all set up, and we'll just talk about how you can create a business or work planner. That way you can go into 2025 ready to go and, ready to be productive at work. And so let's just go. Okay, so first and foremost, the cover is a frosted cover. Now I had this stored probably in a weird place, so it kind of bent just a little bit. So I might change this cover out. We'll have to see how that all works out. I have the frosted discs here. And so let's open it up and we'll talk through what's here. So I have one of our clear pages, which we have in the shop in a lot of different designs, that says dream it, believe it, achieve it. So it's printed on like a clear paper, and I'm just noticing, you guys, I think I set it up wrong, or like I designed it wrong, and I probably kept the reject, because you guys know that happens from time to time, and then I fix it and then it's in the shop. But I love these little clear printed pages. I'm thinking about adding some new designs for 2025, and so this is the one that I'm currently using. It's great for like stacking, you know what I mean? So you could stack it with like vellum or different elements. So that way it just gives a little layering effect. And then I have one of our clear no tab dividers, so it can protect what's behind here. And I've got some stickers inside of one of our little sticky pockets. This is probably, I think 3x5 maybe, or I think it's 3x5. And then I have a little paper clip here with a frosted no tab divider. So obviously I liked both for whatever reason. So this is the clear right here, and this is the frosted. So you can kind of see the difference in the two. All right, I have a little journaling card on the back side of that, clipped with that paper clip that I showed you. And then we get to our first vellum, which is stacked with a journaling card with the paper clip on the top, with one of our journaling cards as well. So I love a little layering effect. And then we have our pocket holders, and it just has some dots, some page flags, and some dates. All right, with some other things on the back hand side. Habit tracker, journaling card that says your opinion of me is none of my business. I love that. I'm gonna add some more little journaling cards to the shop as well. And then I have these here because I like to just pop these in. And so that can get me to different things. So like this says today, so I can pop this in. This says reminders, and then that says post, and that says, behind it says to do. So and then there's another one. That one says contacts. Okay, so I could just kind of pop those in wherever. So I just keep that in the sleeve here for easy reference or easy grabbing when I need it. Okay, you see why I like this planner so much? So I'm excited to see if I want to get back to it. It's all a matter of how I feel with carrying around this planner and my catch-all planner. That's what it's going to boil down to. All right, then I have a little, I like to keep our journal, our cards that we include as freebies, just to kind of look back. So I always keep one for myself. So this is from, looks like, I don't know if this is from a stationery box or just an old card that we had some designs on the front of. Okay, then this is an inbox insert. This is actually a vellum, and I put some of our sticky notes on there of some things I needed to order. Keep in mind, this is old, so you may see some old things there like this. Okay, so that gets us to our first point, and that is you need to have a monthly calendar. Okay, so the monthly calendar is going to be the foundation of your professional planner. So you're going to use that to track all the key dates like projects, deadlines, client meetings, team events. So that's a very important part of your planner system. So there's a couple of different things that I do in terms of a calendar system, one being my at a glance pages, and then I also do like to keep in an actual calendar. So I'm going to remove this out because, again, this is 2021. So this is the last time I use this planner, obviously. And as you can see, I have a bunch of some random things written on here. So we'll have to see how this is going to be used in 2025 because my system is much simpler now. And this is a lot of moving parts, but I do feel like I was more organized with my business when I had all of these different inserts and trackers and things like that. So I'm excited to see how this evolves. So I'm just going to go ahead and add this to the planner. You guys have seen this. We made a lot of changes between this one and this one. So now I'm curious to see, you see? So the calendar is different, all right? Everything's dated here as it was here. But y'all look, remember when it wasn't dated? And I wasn't mad at this, but I do like how we have the dates here now. So that is a big change. So just to give you a little sneak peek of how things have changed over the years. And maybe we'll add this to the shop for those of you who preferred this design. We made a change and we just never went back to this. But we do still have the file. So comment below and let me know, do you want two options? Do you want this option and this option? Are you good with this option? Because then that's less work for me. So let me know, and we'll see about making that change. Okay, so I like to keep that in the front of the planner just so I have it here first. I can come here first and plan things at a high level. Okay, and so highlighting those things are going to help you just kind of see a big picture, and it's going to prevent that overlapping in all of your commitments. Okay, and then when we come here, we have our actual calendar. So I'm going to remove this because obviously this is old. I might keep this and just relocate it because it looks like it's some Instagram photo ideas, and I don't want to get rid of this if I actually still need it. Okay, and then these are some videos that I had filmed and some new ideas. All right, because this is all things social media and business for me. So this isn't just At Home with Quita or Fancy Plans Co. or Monetize with Marquita. This is everything. Okay, so different sections are going to help with different parts of each business. All right, so I went ahead and pulled January inserts, decided to use the vertical week on 2. I did love using this in my business planner, so we'll have to see because I also love a good subject layout, which is what this is. Y'all, look at how much I was writing here. And all of this, I don't really do a monthly calendar right now on my catch-all planner. But I could see how this would really, really work well. So I'm, again, excited to see how this evolves. So I was using the subject layout. All right, so I'm going to replace these pages. And I can remove those all together. I have a little today. We do have the other ones, which I meant to grab in the basement, which are hash sheets for mini size. That is like a page marker here. But I like how this is a little larger. It fits a pocket, so I can put some, you know, some important things in here. It's got a little side pocket here, so I can kind of slide some things in. And so I think I'm going to keep that. And then some stickers on the backhand side. So we may change this later, but for now we're going to keep it. All right, I had some random insert in here of some things that I wanted to do and not forget about. So we're going to take that out. And we're going to make a pile of things we're getting rid of and a pile of things we want to keep. Okay, so let's pull this out. Now, I'm not sure why I had this in here as well, because this was like sectioned off and then this was in a different part. So I don't know why I had this here, because I'm gonna keep it, but I'm gonna relocate it. Okay, and let's finish removing these out. right. Now, if there are some that are not written in, which as you can see, all of these are not written in, then I'm not going to get rid of them. I'll save them for myself for later if I decide to go back to this layout. All right, so we'll put those to the side. So as you can see, I was able to put about 4 months in here. But in this case, I'm just going to do the 1 month of January, because I'm not sure what's going to happen with this planner. I could technically start now. It's only, what, the 13th of December? But we're not. We're not. I just know that it's going to overwhelm me right now, and I don't want to go and change systems while I'm already in one. I'm going to start fresh at the beginning of the year. Once I kind of think about if I actually want to come into this planner. I know I'm setting it all up, but I'm also talking you through, you know, how to set up your very own work or professional planner. This is great if you're a small business or if you work outside the home. Okay, so the second thing that you're going to need is a weekly overview. So that's what this layout is for me. So again, vertical week on 2 is what I'm going to be using to just write out my weekly to-do list and just create a schedule and things like that for my business on a weekly level. And it also has the monthly here too. So I could come here, grab my at a glance pages and write in all of the things at a high level and then drill down to my weekly. So you definitely want to have a weekly overview. So this is probably what you're going to be in most often when it comes to being at work, because you're going to be able to write in all of the things you have to do on a daily basis. You can put your priorities, your notes. I love this layout, and so I'm excited to use it again, hopefully for 2025. So definitely want to add a weekly overview. I also grabbed these monthly plan inserts here. I love these also because it's just very basic and simple. It's a calendar, and then you can write in some things here. So this kind of helps with just seeing things in a more simpler way. So if you feel like this system is too much, the monthly and the weekly that I just showed you, as well as the at a glance pages, you technically could just use this and just come in and fill in the monthly and then write in all of your tasks and important dates and stuff in here. So I'm going to add this to my, I was thinking I wanted to add this to my shop section, but I feel like I'm going to just kind of put it here and I'm going to see if I decide to use it. Okay, so we'll add that there. So that's how that looks. Okay, so another way that you can do kind of like an overview if you don't want to do all of this, or even if you just want something in addition, is we have yearly overview pages. And so if it just depends on what type of work you do. And so you could come here at a high level. Again, this is kind of similar to the at a glance pages that I just showed you, but just kind of in a different view. And so I love having these, but I put these in my shop section. Okay, so as you can see, 2021. And so I love these because I was able to come in and write some different things. So if I had a release coming out, a stationery box, if I had some sort of thing that I was planning to release within the shop, then I wrote it here. As you can see, we had a lot of stuff going on. And I would even come back, and if I knew I released a product or an insert or something like that, I would write it in. If I had an idea of something that I was going to release, most likely I was going to release it and I was going to create it. So I went ahead and just wrote it in. I also used this for any collabs and things like that. So these were very helpful. So I'm definitely going to pull these out, and I want to put these to the side because I kind of low-key want to look at that and just see like what I released. I'm very curious about that. So I'm going to pop these in right here. So I love these yearly overviews. I'm just, again, to come in and write in all of those upcoming dates and important things that you have going on within your business or at your company. All right, so my planner is going to look a lot different from yours because, again, I'm a stay-at-home. I work from home. I own a stationery business, and that's here at the house. And so I don't typically leave unless I have to, or if it's like home related. So if you work outside the house, of course, you may not need all of the things that I have in here. I feel like you do. But again, pick and choose what you feel is going to work best for you. Yeah, I don't know why everybody wants to text me when I am recording. Okay. Very interesting. And so anyways, that seems to always happen, is that people, when I'm doing something is when everybody has questions and wants to talk to me. So there's that. All right, so next let's talk all about task lists. You have to have a way to manage the things that you need to do on a daily basis, more like a to-do list sort of thing. So yes, you have your monthly layout, You have your weekly, you would come here and write your to-dos, but mainly you would probably come here to write a schedule out, you know, at this time I need to do this, or at that time I need to do this. So you probably want to have some sort of task list in here, and you can use this kind of as a running to-do list, if you will. So that way you can just keep track of all of your tasks that you have to do for that particular day. I love these half sheets. We have lots of different task inserts in the shop, and I believe we also have this in a larger page. So if you just wanted to do a full page instead of a half page, you could do that as well. I love these. Sometimes a good old half sheet is all that you need. So you want to be able to have a place to write in a detailed task list and be able to check off those completed tasks. Nothing better than seeing a checklist mark here that tells you that it's done. Okay, so I'm going to pop that right on in here in my calendar section. All right, so a dedicated task list section is going to keep you organized, and it's going to prevent things from falling through the cracks. You can also separate your tasks into category like urgent, ongoing, later, just to prioritize more effectively. So just do what works for you, because at the end of the day, you always want to review your list and migrate any unfinished tasks to the next day. It's a complete game changer to be able to have a task list that is super categorized or just functional for your daily needs in order to keep track of all the things that you need to get done, okay? So next, let's talk about meeting notes. Isn't that cool how we have pretty much every single insert that I'm about to talk about in this video, okay? So you wanna have a place where you can jot down notes during any sort of meeting that you may have. Also, you wanna be able to highlight those key takeaways and any action items. So your planner can double as a notebook for meeting notes, but I will reserve a section to jot down the key points, action items, and deadlines from your meetings, and I will keep it all in one place because that means you'll always have context when you need it, okay? So I just grabbed 3 sheets of these, and I think that this best fits within the, I think, what section did I say? Oh, the brand section. Because, you know, talking with brands, you want to be able to have your summary of what you discussed, you know, and what you need to do moving forward. Okay, so I do have some things in here. Thinking about low-key giving you a flip through of this at the end of this video. So stay tuned for that. So I think I'm going to pop it right on in the front, just so I have it. Again, these are perfect. I do a lot of brand meetings about various different things, so these are going to be very helpful. They're very general, so they can work for any industry. So that way, again, you could just take note of who was there, the objective, any notes or any action items. All right, so you definitely want to have meeting notes within your planner. Okay, this next section is very important as well, and that is your goals section. All right, so I am going to move these out because it looks like this is some things that I wanted to do. But for me, it was more so ideas. So I'm going to move this out, and I'm going to put this in my ideas section, but I want to pop these goals inserts in first. Okay, so this is our categorized goals, or life area goals, excuse me. Okay, so we made a blank version, and there's also one that's pre-filled in, but the one that's pre-filled in is more so for like your home life. Okay, so this you can come in and write, like I could write like, you know, all of these different sections in my planner, basically. Shop, what are my goals for the shop? What are my goals with brands? What are my goals with, you know, social media? I can come in and write all of those things in, so that way I can keep track of all of my goals for the year. So I'm gonna pop these in right on here, and you would do the same thing when it comes to your work and professional life. You would come here and write in all of your different goals for the different aspects of your work life, all right? So that's definitely important. So writing down your professional goals in a planner is going to just help you to stay on track with all of those goals. And then you want to make sure that you're checking off the completed goals, because you want to set yourself up for success by including that in your professional planner. So write down long-term objectives and break them into smaller actionable items, and make sure that you're reviewing them regularly so that way you can stay motivated. Okay, so I'm going to take this, because again, I feel like this is more so ideas, and I'm going to bring this over to my ideas section, some of which I have done. I've created multiple ebooks. I've created a course. I started a podcast, not for this, but I wanted to start a planner podcast. I haven't created a digital planner yet, so I'm just going to keep this because I may create another ebook. You never know. I may create a course specifically for planning. Who knows what's going to happen, but I can always add to that list, okay? So I'm just going to pop this in. Let's see. I think I kind of low-key want to pop it in here. All right. Okay, so we are moving right along and we are going to talk all about project management, okay? So fun fact, in a previous life of mine, my last corporate job, I was actually a project coordinator for a software company. And it was so, I feel like the way I parlayed myself into that position was like so cool, because I started out in tech support and I had always had my mind on getting into that position. So I was planting seeds, y'all. I'm a go-getter. I know that about myself, you know? And so I would strategically put myself in situations where I knew I would be around people in that role and I could get information and I could figure out like what my next move was. So I started in tech support. I think I was there for about 6 months. And then within the 6 months, I had moved into that new position. And I was there for some time. I was even thinking about getting my project management, my PMP. And then I got the bug to start my own business. And once I did that, I couldn't go back. So I have been self-employed for almost 15 years now, which is crazy. And I've had multiple different businesses, this being the longest between my YouTube channel and Fancy Plans Co. So there's that. Just a little backstory, okay? So I could technically have a project section, but I'm low-key thinking about what section I want to put this in, because I feel like it could fit within one of the sections I already have. I'm kind of thinking shop. And as y'all can see too, I do have some top tabs. So I have one for stationery box, collabs, and to do and to buy. So I'm thinking maybe I'll put this in the stationery box, because I feel like that's like a project. It's always a project to do a stationery box. And I can come here and I can add the items that I need to do for that. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe this will stay in here, maybe it won't, because this is what I was using before. And this actually worked really well too. So we'll see. But I need to definitely have some sort of inserts in here to be able to write in all of the things that I include in our stationery boxes, which if you didn't know, we do have one. And it opens on the 1st through the 10th for you to sign up, closes out, and then it ships at the end of the month. So let's see, maybe I'll put half here. Oh, this is a blank page. Why is that blank page there? So I'll put half there, or maybe I'll just do all of them here, and then I'll see how that evolves over time. Okay, so, and then I do have a to-do list section too that I wanted to put some notes in. Or maybe I could add my task list there. Instead of having it in here, I could put it in the to-do section. All right, and I can kind of keep a running to-do. But again, we already talked about this. Okay, so let's move on to contacts. Now, this is kind of a fairly new thing for me. I usually don't like to keep contacts in my general catch-all planner, because to me, I already have it all in my phone. But I do feel like you should have business and networking contacts within your planner, okay? Because you wanna make sure you have a list of those people who can help within your business or at work, okay? You have easy access to see who they are. Again, you can use your phone if you want, but sometimes just having it handy with you, it's easier to access and it's easier just to see really quick when you need to contact that person, okay? So I'm gonna add our new contacts inserts. These are the Skinny Classic or half sheet version, depends on however you wanna say it, depends on what kind of planner setup you have. But this is Skinny Mini, not Skinny Classic. I did say Skinny Classic. We have this in all sizes. We have it in a larger full page size that has 2 of these on 1 page, okay? But I opted to go for this version. And I'm gonna put that in my reference section, all right? And I'm gonna take some of these notes out, notes pages out. Oh, why do I have a random vellum in here? I think I meant to put this, or let that be there. All right, so I'm gonna pop this contacts in my reference section. Okay, and I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put these note sheets in my to-do list section. All right, just some random lined fill paper. Okay, so we talked about contacts. Networking is one of the keys to professional growth. Okay, so just keep a section for important contacts, clients, colleagues, or mentors, and write down their details, or you can just clip in the business card for quick reference. And if you're gonna do that, what I would recommend is our little sticky adhesives. They come in the size of a business card, and you can put some here and then slide in a few business cards. Or you can use our no tab dividers or no tab dashboards. You can put a few of those on there, just like I mentioned, and you could just have a bunch of those pages in your planner. So you can kind of set up a contact planner or whatever you call it, contact notebook, okay? So we talked about networking contacts. Now let's talk about expense trackers. All right, especially depending on the type of work that you do, you'll definitely want to have this in your planner. And so I'm going to put that in my finance section here, but I have a couple of different things already here. And then I have a top tab here for to buy. I love our order tracker insert. So this gives me an idea of what I need to buy for the business. Okay. And so I'm going to pop this in right here. Again, this is just a quick expenses. You could just log in what you've been buying, okay? Depending again on your role. So that's definitely something that you would want to include in your work or professional planner. So you want to be able to log your expenses in your planner, highlight reimbursements like travel costs, things like that. So if your work involves expenses, of course you can dedicate a section like I have to track them. And this is especially helpful for maybe like freelancers or anyone who needs to file reimbursements or any sort of tax claim. You need to know what you spent, okay? So include that in your planner. All right, we are on to number 9. I know I haven't been saying what number it is, but we are at number 9. And that is to be able to have some place to track your professional development. So in this particular case, no, we don't have any fancy schmancy inserts for that. Maybe we'll create some in the future. I just feel like we have so many others that you could use for that. So now when it comes to any sort of professional development, that's usually going to be in my goals section. And so I'll just come here and jot down any ideas of how I can improve myself and become a better person or become a better business. I'll write all of that in here on this page. I also have a lot of different things in reference that I use to like read or write down, you know, to help me with that as well. So like this is 10 habits of successful business owners, and then like useful apps and things like that. Those are all, in my opinion, professional development things. So some of that's going to come here or be here in my reference section. And then some of that's going to be here in my goals section. Again, I'm going to do a full flip through of this for you as well. All right. So you want to be able to list things like courses, books, or podcasts for professional growth. And actually what I meant to do is pop in some of our book tracker. So maybe I'll do that at some point. I'll pop that in here for reference and start logging in. I also do keep some things here in the ideas section, okay? So most often it's gonna go in reference, but sometimes I do add it to those other sections that we just talked about, okay? So, and this actually does not go here because this is brand, oh, I'm in the brand section. What is wrong with me? Okay, so don't forget to invest in yourself, okay? Dedicate a space to track things, courses, certifications, or books you wanna read. It's a great way to stay accountable for your career growth. Right? Next up is inspirational quotes and notes. So I love writing or keeping inspirational quotes in my planner. And so I have them spread throughout everywhere. So as you see, I have popped on our 2x2 adhesive sleeves, and I have inside just some random quotes. We have a ton of them in our shop, and I'll usually just put that on a divider or a dashboard, something like that. And so I just kind of sprinkle them throughout my planner. So that way it helps me again to stay motivated, to stay inspired, all of the things. And so you definitely want to keep that sprinkled in throughout. And so that's what I like to do. I don't want to overwhelm or bulk my planner. So I try to be strategic when adding those different elements, especially I try to add them to sections where I know I may need some extra motivation. And then I also like to keep it at the front of my planner. So that way it's the first thing that I see when I open my planner. And that's just gonna help me even further to help me to achieve all of the goals that I wanna achieve. But as you can see, we've got it sprinkled throughout, but not everywhere, okay? And again, I'm revisiting this planner too. So I'm kind of, you know, seeing where maybe I may wanna come in and add some different elements, you know, just to make sure that I stay motivated, okay? I also have these task cards in the back, you guys, and I was actually looking for this. Remember when task cards was like a super huge thing? Not to say that it's not now, but we'll see, maybe so you have this little plastic card here with these little sticky notes where you can remove and add to your planner, and underneath, and that's, you know, just as a reminder, depending on what it says. So if I need to follow up with someone, I can pop that on a, you know, in my planner, and then underneath it, I can write like who I need to follow up with. You know, if I have a Zoom meeting, I can write the time underneath. So the only thing about this is that since you're taking it off and putting it back here, you'll have like a random note there that may not make sense. But A lot of people use task cards. And then even if you want to keep it on the task card and slide it in your week, and it may have some different tasks pulled from different cards, put on the task card as opposed to being pulled off and put it on the planner page. You know what I mean? So have different things based on all of the different parts of the business, whether it be social media or things like that. So maybe we'll talk about this a little further in depth once I get to this page, which is all the way in the back. All right. So moving right along, we just talked about inspirational quotes and notes, which is just going to add a touch of inspiration to your planner. So include those things, quotes, affirmations, just to have a quick reflection, and that's going to keep you motivated, especially during the tough days. So what I think I also want to do is I want to pop in some of our quote sticky notes. So I'll pop these in so that way I have them, since they came after this planner was done or created. And I'll put some of that here. I love a good grid vellum. So I'm going to put some of these on that. And then that way I can come and grab these when I want to write in a quote. All right. So there's that. Okay. So next, I do feel like maybe this may be something that you want to include in your calendar system for work and professional, but I don't have one in my planner. But I feel like you need to have a work-life balance. It's so essential. So you can use your planner to track like wellness habits, like taking breaks or drinking water or just stepping away from your desk for some fresh air. So consider that, so you can log your lunch breaks or your self-care activities while at work. So you can write things like take a walk or drink water in your planner, and you can do that on your weekly spread, monthly spread, write it on a sticky note or something like that, or you can create or purchase a wellness set of inserts that may be able to help you do that as well. All right, so let's talk weekly review. So we have both weekly and monthly review inserts in the shop. So they look very similar to each other. So one, of course, the monthly is going to say monthly review, and this one says weekly review. So you want to definitely take 5 to 10 minutes at the end of each week to review what went well and what you can improve, because reflecting regularly is going to help you stay organized and it's going to help you stay prepared for the week. So this is a great insert for that. So I think the best section for me to put this in would be in the calendar section right here at the end. So I decided to do a weekly review. We'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll change it to a monthly review. I feel like a monthly review is less overwhelming because you're just doing it at the end of the month as opposed to it being at the end of the week. And I also love flipping back through this just to kind of see what went on, And I also love making sure that I see the things that were completed and all of the goals I was able to achieve. So pop some of these in just so you can have a little weekly reflection on what happened. So this says accomplishments, challenges, personal, social, work, career, health, fitness. Love these, okay? And then also your favorite moments. All right, now I did go ahead and print these out because we've spoken through all of the 12 things that you should add to your planner. But as you know, for me, I have a social media section, and I'm thinking I'm going to add these inserts to my social media section. Now, typically my social media section is more for reference type of things. So I'm not sure if these are going to stay here. I may just keep these here as a holder and then pull one of them out and put it in my week. That's what I think I want to do, because I want to see this on my weekly, because this is going to help me to be able to write in all of my posts during the week. For both this section I'm going to use for YouTube, and then this section I'm going to use for my short form content. So these are new. I love them. I'm really excited about using these in my planner. And so I think I'm going to just pop them in here. And then I'm going to grab one out and I'm going to put it in my actual weekly spread. All right. And this is how the front looks, and the back looks the exact same. All right, so let's move this on over here to calendar. And so this would be here in the weekly. All right, I also pulled these inserts here. Not quite sure how I'm going to use them yet. These are fairly new. I created these for our purse planner system, but it's basically where you can come in for the month and you can write in like 1 or 2 things a day. So I'm thinking I'm going to pop these in here, and I want to use them to track something, whether it's habits or something. I'm still, again, this whole system and this whole thing that I'm doing is kind of like, I'm not sure yet type thing, what actually, or how actually I want to use this. So stay tuned for an updated video. I'm going to at least give it a go for a good month, and then we'll see how I feel after that. So I'm just going to put the extras here just so I have them to be able to pull from later. All right, so that's it in terms of all of the 12 things that you need to add to your work or professional planner. Again, just to recap, you need to have a monthly calendar, you need to have a weekly review, a task list, meeting notes, goal setting pages, project management pages, networking contacts, expense trackers, professional development pages, or a place to write all of that in, inspirational quotes and notes, maybe a wellness tracker, and then an end of week / monthly review. Okay, so now let's do a quick flip through because I know you want one. Okay, so first and foremost, I have 12 sections in this planner. Look how chunky this thing is. And now that I added those sticky notes, it's even chunkier. Okay, so I have some side tabs, which are calendar, shop, goals, finance, brands, reference. And then I have blog, Patreon, ideas, social media, PR teams, and events. All right, so those are all of my different sections. And I'm thinking I want to move this because it's kind of like in the way a little bit of me being able to close this planner, but I don't want it along the edge all the way. I want it kind of in a little bit. Okay, hopefully that works. Okay, so those are my side tabs. And then I also have top tabs. Again, this is my today so that I can easily get to this page. We do sell this in the shop, just in case you're wondering. And then I have stationery, collabs, to buy, to buy and to do. And they're all tucked within the different side tabs. All right, so let's do a flip through. Okay, again, we talked about the cover. We talked about some of this, and I was kind of trying to go through that as I was putting things in the planner, but I realized that that wasn't effective. So I think we stopped here with this. So I'm going to add some new sticky notes here. Maybe I'll just, since I have those checked off, I'll just keep it, running list. But this is something that I keep here because I need to see just like right now what I need to order. What is really, really super important. I need to see that first. Okay. So I have that there. Now we have our 2025 year at a glance. We have our monthly plan inserts. Not quite sure how we're going to use that yet, but we have them there. I also think I want to take some of these out because it does add to the bulk of my planner. And I do have a planner that has like extra fill paper and stuff that I keep on my shelf. So I'm going to put that in there just to free up some space. All right, then we come to our first side tab, which is calendar. Within the calendar, I have the monthly, of course. I have the weekly. And remember, our monthly has changed. So don't let this get you sidetracked because it has changed. It's now doesn't have the shaded boxes and it looks different. So I found this in one of the boxes downstairs, so that's why I'm using it. Then I have these little inserts here that is going to allow me to track something. Not sure yet how this is going to evolve. We have our social media planner here popped into our week. Then we have this today top tab, which I just talked about, with a paper clip with some things on here that I don't believe I need to do, but I want to review it before I purge it because it looks like I have some ideas of things I want to design, some sticker books and things like that. And then we have some notepad. These are from our notepads, and I just pull them off and then I just stick them in. So I'm not going to remove this either. Well, I feel like I can remove this because these are some items I wanted to add to Etsy, but I don't really use Etsy anymore. So I'm going to purge that out. All right, and then I'm going to add this back, and I'm going to remove these stickers too, you guys. I don't really use, I don't know, maybe I'll use this. I got this from Mr. Mint, but I'm not big on, I don't know, maybe I should just keep them in there. And they add a level of decor. So I have a little side pocket action there. And then I'll slide these in the back where they were, and we'll see, because it will free up some bulkiness. All right, and then that's just 1 month. All right, then I do have these daily tasks inserts in here that I probably will move and put with my to-do list section, because this is for all things tasks. All right, so I'll put that in there. And I love these because it has 8 different slots for you to be able to write. You could write like what the task is specific for and then write the tasks in. All right, then I just have some extra overflow paper. And now that I'm thinking about it, let's take some of these weekly review pages out of here too. So that way, again, lessen the bulk, and I'll put them on the discs that I have. All right, so that's it for my calendar section. Then we get to the shop section, just a little quote sticky note that you saw me add. I have my yearly overview pages. Okay, so we've got a few of those, and I think I'm going to, again, take some of these out for bulk purposes. All right, and obviously some other things that were already existing here, like some collections. These are standard items we typically keep in the collection, each collection. I had a new releases little page that I had in here. Looks like I have everything checked off. So I come here and I write in all of the, looks like these are all inserts. So that's pretty cool that I was keeping this. It was in March. So I might keep this here. We'll see. All right. And when I took a photo or created the photo or whatever, then I had a little place where I could check it off, looks like. Yeah. All right, perfect. This is pretty much the same as this half sheet, so I'm not sure why I have both of these in here. These are just standard items we add to each collection. All right. Production prints. So this is, I don't know what this is for. Source disc. Oh, some things I needed to, source. I guess there were some things I needed to source. Okay. Then some sticker book ideas in terms of how I wanted to release it. So I'm not quite ready to get rid of any of this stuff yet. Okay. Things to source. So this is pretty much ideas. To-do lists, wholesale pricing, things like that. So I'm going to go through all of this stuff and purge it. Make sure that I don't have the same information written. This was a collection that I have, and I did all of this. Okay. Then I do have a planner consulting program, so I didn't write anything there for some reason. All right, and then I had these inserts, not quite sure how I want to use them yet. And to-do list inserts, which I think I'm gonna move. Or maybe I won't move because I had it here for a specific reason. I kind of want to sit down off camera just to see and gather my thoughts in terms of how I'm really going to use this. All right, then we come to stationery boxes. Again, this is all within the shop tab, the shop side tab. I have this card here from a previous box, the home management stationery box. I like to keep all of them. Things to add to boxes, just some ideas of that, some pricing and things like that. All right. And then I added the project inserts in here. Okay, then we have collabs. So I've already collabed with Alicia Michelle, and I had some other people I want to collab with. Maybe I may, maybe I won't, who knows. All right, Addison was doing a collection. I'm not sure if we ever did this. I did the Paper Panda collab, which was cool. All right, so that's all that I have going on in terms of collabs, okay? Remember, this is a new planner that I'm implementing possibly for 2025. I have my business and social media planner inside of my catch-all planner, so I do need to grab that and pull some things and put it back in here. So here is how that looks. Oh, I love this cover. Oh my gosh, this is our new hardcover with the embellishments, so pretty. Okay, so if I go to work, which is the second tab from the top, right? Oh, right here. Okay, I had added some things in here. I just like having everything all in one planner, but I like some elements of this planner, but I'm not gonna add all of that to this planner. It's just gonna make it too bulky. So I thought I had, oh yeah. So these little mini pages actually came from this planner here. So I'm gonna add it back. Okay, so this looks more like video ideas, B-roll ideas, and then my home management system goes in shop because this is, I want to create an ultimate home management planner. I just haven't really had a chance to sit down and gather my thoughts on how to do that. So I'm gonna pop that in here. So these are all of the different inserts I want to create, and it's two-sided, and all of these different ones are different inserts, and I checked off some, but I may end up reformatting them. We'll see. Okay, so where did we stop, you guys? Oh, we're here now, but I just wanted to add these things in, but I'll add them in when I get to the section that they go in. All right, and then I had this budget bundle I wanted to do. I don't know if I really need this anymore. Okay, well, I had pricing and stuff. Yeah, let me keep this. So this goes in the shop section because I'm not sure how important that is. Okay, All right, so next we get to do. All right, so we have our task list inserts in here as well as these full page daily task inserts and some note paper. All right, then we get to goals. And within goals, you saw me add these life area goals inserts. And I think I'm going to do the same thing that I just did to lessen the bulk, take some of them out. And then it looks like I have some note paper in here as well. All right, so that's all that's in the goals section. All right, so let's move on to the finance section. So within the finance section, we just have expense trackers. Again, I'm gonna take these out because we have updated them to the ones I just showed you. And so I did put some stuff in here. I'm not ready to get rid of this yet because this tells me like the some vendors. I had some streams of income here. All right, and then I'm gonna take out some of these pages. And these are just updated expense trackers, just look a little different. I am moving away from the mix of script and standard regular font. I'm just going to a more simpler look. So I think these are more simpler and clean, and this is a little more busy. I keep them in the shop though, but that's what I'm working towards. Whenever I create a new insert, it's gonna be more simple and it's not gonna be the mix of script. Okay, so I have these expenses in there. Then I have a to buy section at the top with my order tracker inserts in here. Love these inserts. It just helps me to be able to keep track of all of the things that I need to order, okay? Or if I have ordered something and it's on the way, I can keep track on whether or not I need to check in with that particular vendor. All right, so I'm just gonna keep this here. These little dangle charms, I believe I got from, I don't remember. I'm sorry, I don't remember. I thought it was gonna come to my mind once I said it, but it didn't. But I do have these and then another set. All right, then we get to brands. I have some stickers in here. This is from our first home management box that I just have sticky adhesive and I just slid it into that. And so this is like brands I've worked with, brands I wanna work with, things like that, a brand strategy. I also added the meeting notes here, so that way I have that. I listen to Maddie James a lot and she talks about brand deals and things like that. And so I like to write down notes from her lives and things like that. How to pitch to brands I want to work with or that I work with currently or that I have worked with in the past. And then an Amazon Live, looks like that's an Amazon Live script or something that I was working on. Okay, and then we get to the reference section. I have a vellum here, and then I have my contacts here. So this is all things reference. And then I have 10 habits of successful business owners, useful apps. And then we get to the blog section, which I have some sticky notes in there with an adhesive pocket. Then I have some blog ideas. I don't really blog too much. I was very much into it before and I really wanted to get into it. But I need to revamp my entire blog. At Home with Quita, it's just too much going on. So when I do that, I'll start chipping away at these ideas. I had a blog tips, how to monetize it, but I didn't write in anything for that. And then I have this random, maybe this was for the blog. So maybe what I'll do is I'll take, because I was trying to figure out how to use these inserts, remember? So maybe I'll take these instead of keeping them here and I'll move them to the blog section. So when I start blogging, this will be the way that I see the calendar specifically for my blog posts and ideas for that. Okay, so everything is just trial and error just to see what's gonna work best. Then I used to do Patreon. I don't do Patreon now, although I still have an account. I still have patrons there. You haven't been billed, okay? So chill out. But when I start to do Patreon again, then you'll all be there. Of course, if I do, I'll notify you and I'll figure out a game plan for that. So right now I have no game plan, which is why the section is blank and empty. And I'm not even sure if I'll ever get back into it. It was just a lot. Okay, and then this is my ideas section. So anything that I have a random idea pops into my mind, I can come here and put it here. So this is just shop ideas. Mainly it's though for YouTube and just random ideas in terms of personal development. So I have all of my video ideas here and I think I want to put this here. Or should I put this in my social media section. I kind of think this should be in social media. Okay, so these are all of my ideas. So I need to put this back here because this was my Planner University series that I'm working on. I did a lot of videos for that, and I'm still working on chipping away at the ideas of that for that. But stay tuned. And then I have just different planner videos. Now I pretty much use Notion for all of this now. That's where I put all of my ideas, but this was the system I was using before. And at the end of the day, if I have this planner on me, if I don't have my computer, I can come here and write in an idea. So I have it based on topics, so cleaning, cooking, planning, all of that, okay? Okay, I'm not sure what this, I guess I was doing a giveaway or I don't know. Oh, some wording stickers that I wanted to create. Okay, and I need to add one to this because I'm going to create a not work from home, but an entrepreneur or a small business little wording sticker sheet, like the labels like this, because I need one for marketing. So I think it's going to be a small business sticker sheet. Okay, so I need to add that there. All right, so moving on, that's all that I have here. Then I have a highlighter at the top because I do love to highlight with one of our pen loops, okay? And then the next section is social media. All right, social media consists of a lot of different things. I am going to put this B-roll back in here, and then I feel like I need to put this here too. Standard video ideas. Okay, then I have my video structure, which I had created some time ago, but now I say the same thing pretty much on every single video, which is this, see? All right, then I have TikTok tip video ideas. I'm trying to get into TikTok. 5 daily Instagram tasks. Leave meaningful comments, like 20 recent posts, follow 5 new accounts, respond to all comments, respond to all DMs. I was doing a Q&A, and these were the questions, so I can technically purge that out. But I wanted to know what the questions were so I could be prepared. YouTube tips. And then let's see what this is. Balance work-life lessons learned. I don't know. I think this was for an interview I was doing too, you guys. And then some reel and TikTok ideas, Amazon Live ideas. This is just a section really for all things social media. And then you guys saw I added these inserts, but I also have this social media planner. So this is really cool because this is how your feed looks, as you know. So you can really strategically plan out how your feed looks, okay? Then I have the new post inserts, which I'm going to move. No, I'm gonna keep back here. I put them back here because I pull one out to put within my week. So I have several pages of those. I'm gonna pull some out again for bulk reasons. All right, then we get to PR teams, which I am contemplating adding. Oh, let me add this to the social media, the IG photo ideas. I'm contemplating starting a new PR team. We will see what 2025 brings because my previous PR team was a lot. And so I'm trying to really streamline it and figure out how I want to do it. Okay, so I have some random notes pages in here, and then we were doing PR team meetings, so I wanted to have an agenda, so I put some of these in here, and these were really helpful. All right, and so we'll see how that evolves. All right, then events. I don't attend a lot of events, but I like to have a place to be able to write in upcoming events. So that's what's back here with the little page marker. Then we talked about task cards again. Not going to get into it too much, but basically I have a few of them in here, and they're all themed. So this is social media, this is filming, I think. This is just general planning, I think. This is like bills and goals and things like that, and this looks like project management, or maybe I just spread it all out. Who knows how I set this up? It's been some time. But that's how that looks. All right, so we just keep it in here just in case we want to re-implement some sort of task card system. So that's the end of the planner. Then it ends, of course, with that frosted back page, transparent frosted discs. We have clear cover and we have clear discs as well. Y'all, what is going on today? Let me check my phone. Is there something going on, y'all? Okay, that was a lot. Yeah, there was nothing going on. The people just want to talk today. Okay, so this is my business and social. So let me know, y'all. Do y'all think I should transition out of this? I'm going to show you really quickly what's contained here. It's so much more simpler. And it is working. I'm not going to say it's not working. And y'all, I think I low-key want to make, I have a small, I mean, because you know, all of our inserts are available in every size, but I should have printed this out in a smaller size. This is my social stats tracker. So I like to see like where my, how my followers have grown over the years. So let me do a quick flip through of my work section. I'm telling you, when I say it's simple, you're gonna be like, what? Okay, so work in social media. I have some of these inserts in here. Wasn't quite sure how I was going to use this yet, but I really like them. So I popped those in there. Then I used the vertical layout version 2, as you can see, and I talked about this before. Don't really use the monthly calendar, but I do like how I was using it before. And so I'm curious to see if maybe this is something I'll re-implement using the monthly calendar. Let me just show you real quick, just in case you forgot. So the month of, look at all that stuff I was writing here. I was writing all the new releases. I was writing the videos I was doing for that day. My email strategy, any new things, Freebie Friday. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna keep this. I like to keep certain things for reference to look back on. So I'm gonna keep this just so I can see how, you know, how I was planning. And maybe we'll re-implement this monthly strategy. All right, so we'll pop that over there. Okay, so monthly calendar, and then weekly is where I really shine. Although, as you can see, this was a struggle this week. I didn't really write too much in for some reason, y'all. It was so busy with Black Friday, Cyber Monday. But I do a habit tracker. I do a running task list of things I need to do. Yeah, so I'm writing in all of the sub box items that are going to be included with this sub box that's going to ship at the end of the month. I love this life admin task half sheet. This right here, I need to add to this mini planner because this is awesome. It really just helps me to break down all of my goals, okay? And so basically that's it. And then the next week starts the same inserts, okay? And then what else do I have in here? I have my social stats tracker, which I just talked to you about. And then I have some full page life admin inserts, and that's it. That's my work planner. So we would go basically from this, this to this, which would be crazy. The transition of that would be crazy because I'm not quite sure if I'd be able to keep up with this, but I'm willing to give it a good go. So I'm going to try and see if this is going to work for me for 2025. But I definitely wanted to come and share with you guys some things I think that you should have in your work and professional planner. So that's all, you guys. Everything you need to make your work planner a secret weapon. So let me know in the comments, what do you include in your professional planner? And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so that you don't miss any future tips. I appreciate you guys for stopping by today. Hopefully you'll give me a thumbs up on this video if you enjoyed it. I hope you've been inspired today. Hopefully I wasn't too chatty, so you'll give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I also hope that you will consider subscribing if you're new here. And as always, I would love it if you came back and joined me for another video, in which case I'll see you guys then.